In the glamorous yet shadow images of Hollywood, a number of celebrities have seen their images tarnished, going from cherished youthful idols to the subjects of serious allegations. These 10-6 celebrities were once known for their talent and charm, but behind the scenes they engage in inappropriate behavior with underage teens. From grooming teenagers to engaging in relationships with them, these stars use their fame and power to take advantage of vulnerable young fans. Now, many of these famous stars use their fame and power to do terrible things. The stories of these bad actions are surprising and remind us that being famous doesn't protect anyone from getting in trouble for what they do. As we navigate these turbulent waters, remember that every story has its depths and every depth is darkness. But within that darkness, there's a story to be told. So are you ready to explore the flip side of fame, where the glitter fades and the real stories unfold? At number 10, we start with the queen of hip-hop soul, Mary J. Blige. Known for her raw, powerful vocals and emotional depth, Blige has sung and lived through the blues, earning her a solidified place in the world of music history. But even queens face their battles, and for Mary J. Blige, the controversy wasn't far behind the accolades. So amid the triumphs and accolades, the life of Mary J. Blige has not been without its controversies. One such matter involves allegations made by Danny Boy, a singer once under the banner of Death Row Records. It was claimed that during his teenage years, he had unsettling encounters with Blige, allegations that have since sparked discussions on mentorship, influence, and the protection of young artists in the music industry. Now, Danny Boy revealed what happened following Suge Knight's infamous remark at the 1995 Source Awards. A little more than 5 minutes into his conversation with the Art of Dialogue, he described the night with Suge Knight, Mary J. Blige, and Diddy's baby mama, Misa. Now, after the award event, Danny Boy was in a hotel room alongside his godbrother when Suge invited him to his hotel suite. The singer stated that Suge had a table full of girls in his suite, including Misa, Mary J. Blige, and Devontae Swing's baby mama. He mentioned that everyone was hanging out and drinking before returning to his room. Now later, he stated that Suge invited him back to his room and said, "Old girl wanna see you." When Danny Boy returned to Suge's room, he was surprised to see only the R&B legend and Misa there. He said, "I get up there to the room, Suge is in his room, Misa is sitting in the bed with a sheet wrapped around her, and Mary is sitting on the couch. So I know the girl he in the bed with don't want me, so he closed the door and I sit down and I start talking to Mary." Danny Boy said that while hanging out in the hotel suite, he and Mary further placed food and drink orders. He claimed that once Mary was startled by a knock on the door, believing it to be her ex-boyfriend Casey from Casey and JoJo and Jodeci. She began to rest her head on his lap, and after a few more hours of hanging out, the two moved to another bedroom in the hotel. Danny Boy claimed that after that night, Mary J. Blige attempted to seduce him in the bedroom and began to arrange for him to go to New York for a visit. He said, "That's why I was kind of confused when I heard Kurt Cobain saying that Mary was Pac's girl, cause at that time, she was my girl," Danny Boy asserted. Interestingly, he was only 16 years old at the time. He said, "At that time, I'm 15 to 16 years old and she flying me in to see her." Now, given that Mary J is 50 years old, her rumored affair with Danny Boy would have occurred when she was around the age of 24 years old. Danny Boy admitted that he and Mary had relations after explaining their subsequent encounters. Sliding into our number 9 spot, we have none other than Jay-Z, a titan in both the music industry and the world of entrepreneurship. His journey from the streets of Brooklyn to the boardrooms of billion-dollar businesses is a testament to his unmatched hustle and visionary mindset. But even the most illustrious careers aren't immune to the shadows of controversy. Jay-Z's path has been dotted with personal and professional challenges that has sparked much discussion as his groundbreaking albums. In the world of hip-hop and high stakes, Jay-Z has navigated through more plots than a season of Game of Thrones, with controversies ranging from lyrical battles to alleged relationships with teens. One such controversy that caught the public eye involved allegations of past relationships, specifically with Foxy Brown. Now, there is a strong claim by Foxy Brown. Even though Foxy Brown's mental health issues have been well reported, her shocking admission is that Jay-Z forced her to become a drug dealer at the age of 15 by taking her virginity and giving her an STI. Now, hip-hop culture was rocked by Foxy Brown's explosive claim that Jay-Z gave her gonorrhea and that he never expressed regret. The Rock Nation boss was accused by the Al B rapper of stealing her virginity when she was only 15 years old, which would make him a pedo. Currently, Foxy is 45 years old and Jay-Z is 54, but she claimed that I was 15 when Jay-Z took my virginity. He was 27. But Foxy's miscalculated his age. Jay-Z was actually 24 at the time. However, it still remains statutory. So do you think Foxy is telling the truth? Or how do you think Beyonce feels about this situation? At number 8, we delve into the story of R. Kelly, a name synonymous with R&B genius and a career laden with chart-topping hits. His influence on music and culture spans decades, crafting songs that have become the soundtrack to countless lives. Yet, the brilliance of R. Kelly's artistry is overshadowed by a shadow much darker than the usual controversies that accompany stardom. Allegations and legal battles have swirled around Kelly, painting a complex picture of a figure entangled in serious legal and moral questions. R. Kelly has serious allegations against his wife, Aaliyah. The allegations made were that Aaliyah was only a teenager when R. Kelly married her, and it is said that he groomed her while she was just a minor. Now, a former R. Kelly backup performer testified that in 1993, when Aaliyah was just 13 to 14 years old, she witnessed Mr. Kelly doing the X act with the R&B singer. The allegation led to a trial as this was on a fence. At Mr. Kelly's criminal trial in Brooklyn, the woman who testified only as Angela told the member of the jury that she was on tour with Mr. Kelly and that she visited the singer on his tour van. However, Angela claimed that as she started to open the door, she noticed Aaliyah and Mr. Kelly, who was at the time in his mid-20s, in an actual situation, which she reported to the jury. She added that Aaliyah was sitting in a chair and Mr. Kelly was kneeling and acting as though he was smashing the girl. Angela claimed that she closed the door abruptly and that she never discussed what she saw with Mr. Kelly. On the 15th day of his trial, 6 accusers, including Angela, came forward to testify that Mr. Kelly slept with them while they were just teenagers. However, Angela's story was distinct from others. The singer had been accused of abusing Aaliyah, the youngest girl whom he fraudulently married in 1994. And Angela was the first accuser to come out and say that she had witnessed the two smashing. Aaliyah Dana Houghton died in a plane disaster in 2001.
The plane crash that killed a rising star in the world of music and film. Reaction today after Aaliyah and 8 others were killed when their plane went down. Good evening, I'm Lauren Glassbergen for Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Tim Fleischer. The plane, just after taking off for Florida in perfect weather, suddenly plummeted to the ground. Investigators now saying one of the engines apparently failed. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
Small plane heading to Florida from the Bahamas, where she was shooting a music video.
The Mann Act prohibits transporting persons across state boundaries for prostitution. And Mr. Kelly was charged with 8 counts of violating this law in addition to 1 count of racketeering. He entered a not guilty plea to the charges against him and disputed those allegations. Now, Aaliyah was one of the most well-known musicians of the 90s, had been a major focus of Mr. Kelly's legal proceedings. The two singers' marriage, which was completed with forged documents when Aaliyah was 15 and Mr. Kelly was 27, led to the first real investigation into his relationship with minors. It was R. Kelly's dealings with Aaliyah that sparked public interest in the singer's alleged ex abuse. Now, the specifics of the false identity that was obtained for Aaliyah to wed R. Kelly in '94 were published in an article by Vibe magazine in the middle of the 1990s. According to witnesses, R. Kelly, concerned about facing statutory charges, led him to suspect that Aaliyah would be pregnant, which is why the marriage occurred. Now, nearly 6 persons testified against Kelly. Well, that shows the dark side of R. Fans don't know what is happening on the other side of the stage. Now, the legal proceedings and public discourse surrounding R. Kelly invited a deeper examination of systematic issues within the music industry and beyond. How do power, fame, and accountability intersect in the lives of those we elevate to the status of icons? Now, R. Kelly's case serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing battle for justice and integrity, both in the courts and in the court of public opinion. His story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the idols we admire and the pedestals on which we place them. Landing at number 7 is Sam Cooke, known as the King of Soul for his distinctive voice and groundbreaking contributions to music. Now, Cooke's ability to convey deep emotion through the songs granted him an immortal place in the hearts of fans around the world. His tracks not only define a genre, but also voice the hopes and pains of a generation during the tumultuous civil rights era. But the spotlight often illuminates more than just talent, casting shadows on the very figures it seeks to celebrate. Cooke's life, marked by extraordinary achievements, was also interwoven with moments of controversy that stirred public and personal discourse. Among these were his complex personal relationships and acts. Sam Cooke met Aretha Franklin, who was only 12 years old at the time, and brought her to his hotel room in the year of 1954. That was the allegation made against him by the girl. Now, luckily, he got saved from a big problem because someone intervened and saved the girl. While discussing the incident, Aretha stated that the discussion took another turn before her father interrupted her. In Singing in a Strange Land, Franklin's biographer, Nick Salvatore, stated that CL, who was her dad, almost demanded that his daughter, a sensitive woman child, grow up quickly because she was on tour with him. She was both a star-struck child, a mother still figuring out the meaning of those feelings, an attractive woman with the deeply uneven self-confidence of a young adolescent in that highly emotional, sexually charged adult setting. She was inevitably exposed to events much beyond her years simply by her presence. Now, Rich claims that Aretha informed him that she returned the 23-year-old Sam Cooke hotel room with him when she was only 12 years old. Sam Cooke's journey reminds us of the multifaceted nature of those we admire. His music continues to inspire even as we grapple with the complexities of his life off stage. Although that attempt is the one that we should never promote, the magic of Cooke's voice will stay with us forever. However, there is a need of strong measures to bring the celebrities under the law of the country to avoid such cases in the future. At number 6, we spotlight Jerry Seinfeld, whose eponymous show, Seinfeld, redefined the sitcom genre and left a huge mark on American comedy. Known for his observational humor, Seinfeld turned the details of everyday life into comedic gold, resonating with audiences around the globe. However, the glare of the spotlight often reveals facets of a public figure's life that remain otherwise unnoticed.
I was a daisy fresh girl, and look what you've done to me.
Seinfeld, while largely celebrated for his work, has not been immune to the scrutiny that comes with fame. Among the topics of public discussion has been Seinfeld's personal life, particularly aspects of his relationship that have caught the eye of both fans and critics alike. Jerry Seinfeld's breakout hits in the 90s was the self-titled comedy Seinfeld. The Famer claims that during the peak of the show's popularity, Seinfeld was in the spotlight due to his relationship with Shoshana Lonstein, a 17-year-old senior in high school whom he met in Central Park. Now, there was a 21-year age gap as he was 39 years old when it happened. Howard Stern and Conan O'Brien were among the famous people who openly mocked Seinfeld because of the couple's age difference, which led to a backlash in the media. The connection between Seinfeld and Weinstein endured for over 4 years, despite the public's reservations. Even though the specifics of the proposal are murky, rumors have it that Seinfeld proposed to Weinstein. Even when criticized, Seinfeld never stopped defending his feelings for his young fiancée. He said, "Shoshana is a person, not an age. She's extremely bright. She's funny, sharp, very alert. We just get along." Now, after getting married to Jessica, Seinfeld moved on from that romance. The couple now have 3 children. Now, a 21-year age gap, and she was a teenager? Now, Jerry Seinfeld, that is just diabolical. Number 5 brings us MC Ren, the lyrical powerhouse of NWA, a group that not only shaped the trajectory of hip-hop, but also voiced the frustrations and realities of life in Compton. Ren's sharp, insightful lyrics cut to the core of societal issues, earning him a revered place in music history. But the path of trailblazer is often fraught with controversy. One such controversy and allegation he faced was about a teenage girl. While on tour with NWA in 1993, MC Ren allegedly forcibly slept with and impregnated a young girl who was just 16 years old.
Besides, I think you have to be a man to understand how really disgusting that whole idea is anyway.
Not only has MC Ren rapped about abusing the teen, but he was accused of actually doing it. Now, the rap group's former members settled with a young black woman called Sheila Davis in 1993. Now, Davis had sued the group, claiming that MC Ren had forcibly slept with her in July of 1989 while they were on tour in Alabama. Now, the lawsuit named Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, DJ Yella, and MC Ren. Now, according to Sheila, who was 16 years old when the alleged attack occurred, the incident led to the birth of a child. Now, a paternity test indicated a 99.8% possibility that MC Ren was the biological father, according to her attorney. Now, Gusty Yearout, who informed the Associated Press at the time, MC Ren and Jerry Heller, the rapper's former manager, insisted that the rapper had passed a polygraph test and that there was no evidence of fatherhood. Now, a settlement of $2 million was reached outside of court in the end. The lawsuit has become nothing more than a footnote in NWA's history after all these decades. Now, Yearout states that Sheila Davis had mysteriously passed away. A woman in her mid-20s would be the current age of the accused offspring. Now, in response to requests for comment regarding this article, representatives from MC Ren and other NWA alumni and Suge Knight and Heller did not provide any comments. A lawyer for Dr. Dre responded to an email asking about the case with the words saying no recollection. Now, this shows what the other side of your favorite hip-hop group looks like. Sometimes even the humble faces hide a sick mentality. In the case of MC Ren, shows exactly how. Now, the narrative of change and challenge continues as we move closer to the top of our list. Each story is a unique verse in the Song of Fame and its disgusting dark sides. Stay tuned as we uncover more about the lives that captivate and shock us in the hidden world of entertainment. Now, get into the Lionel B Show, now featured on Pandora. Some of the best playlists of hip-hop and R&B that you can easily add to your collection and take it with you on the go. And most of all, it's free. Now, these mixes are curated by Lionel B and sure to help you get through your workday or just chill. Now, click on the link in the description of this video and start listening after you finish this video. Let's go. Now, at number 4, we delve into the life of Marvin Gaye, a voice that transcended the boundaries of R&B to touch the soul of a nation. Known as the Prince of Soul, Gaye's music navigated the complexities of love, war, and societal strife, leaving a huge mark on the soundtrack of American history. Yet, Marvin Gaye's journey was one of profound contrast. Behind the melodies that advocated for peace and understanding lay a tumultuous personal life, marked by battles with addiction, relationships, and the pressures of fame. These struggles painted a portrait of a man seeking solace and redemption in an unforgiving spotlight. Among the most discussed aspects of his life were his relationships. Marvin Gaye met and pursued Janice Hunter, a 17-year-old, in 1973. Written in tribute to his desire for her, Let's Get It On is his finest work. Marvin Gaye took his teenage date out to dinner not long after they met, bribed the server to bring her favorite liquor, and they had sex that night. By the time she was 18, they were married and had a child. They were only married for 3 short years. While collaborating with producer Ed Townsend on March 1973's Let's Get It On album, Gaye met 17-year-old Janice Hunter. Jazz artist Slim Gaillard was the father of Hunter. Janice was joined in the studio that month by Townsend's ex-girlfriend Barbara Hunter. Gaye grew inspiration from Janice's presence when recording the album. Gaye wrote, "If I Should Die Tonight," after a first date with the singer. In subsequent years, the pair lived together in Topanga Canyon in Marvin's one-room flat outside of Hollywood. On his 1974 concert tour, Gaye sang the ballad Jan to the woman he had just begun dating. An article featuring Janice and Marvin in a November 1974 issue of Ebony brought her to the attention of the public for the first time. Nona, the couple's firstborn daughter, was born in Los Angeles on September 4th, 1974. On November 16, 1975, a year after Marvin III and his namesake's uncle's birthday, Frankie Christian was born. Married to Janice in New Orleans in 1977, Marvin Gaye's divorce from Gordy had already been finalized. Janice would later claim that she and Gaye were married after she survived a car accident, while Marvin Gaye would later claim that they were married because of their shared fiscal problems. In the past, Janice claims that Marvin Gaye forced her to engage in encounters with other men on occasion. The contents of I Want You, Marvin Gaye's 1976 album, were greatly influenced by his affair with Janice Hunter. According to author Michael Eric Dyson, their connection became nearly palpable in the sexual textures that are the album's oral and lyrical signature when writing I Want You. Now, Janice filed for a legal separation from her husband in 1979 due to the terrible effects of their open marriage, domestic violence, and drug dependency. Janice subsequently disclosed that she traveled back and forth across the ocean, around and around, just chasing this relationship that never worked, but I wasn't willing to give up, and neither was he. The pair remained in touch after divorcing in November of '82 and attempted to reconcile during Marvin Gaye's last tour. However, they split up again after another dispute and had their last phone calls just before Marvin Gaye passed away. At the age of 66, Jan Gaye passed away on December 3rd of 2022 at her Rhode Island home. After her death, Nona Gaye gave this statement: "From the time she met my father, she was exposed to the way he saw this world was aching, and she did her best to preserve his legacy as she was taken from us far too early." Now, as we explore the stories behind the celebrities, Marvin Gaye's stories remind us that greatness is often accompanied by struggle. His music, timelessness, and transformative continues to inspire even as we grapple with the sick complexities of the man behind the microphone. Now, P. Diddy at number 3 has a career that's as impressive as it is controversial. Starting from the ground up, he's become more than a musician. He's a business titan whose influence spans across music, fashion, and entertainment. But Diddy's journey to the top is lined with episodes that have raised eyebrows and sparked debates. Now, controversies ranging from legal issues to high-profile disputes have shadowed his steps. These moments not only grab headlines, but also paint a complex picture of success and the dirt behind it. It's as if every milestone he achieves comes with this share of shadow, making us wonder about the real cost of fame and power. Now, Diddy's story is a stark reminder of the tightrope walk of celebrity life. On one side, there's unmatched success and influence. On the other, a trail of controversies that never seem to fade. Now, many are wondering whether Combs, better known as aliases P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, and Diddy, has ever been abusive towards his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura or any other musicians he has worked with. In 2019, Cassie, who dated Diddy for 6 years, accused him of many forms of abuse, including physical violence, assault, mental abuse, and coercion into sleeping with male workers. However, unsettling allegations regarding Diddy have been made by others other than Cassie. Now, a lot of people on social media have brought back long forgotten accusations and rumors about Justin Bieber, Usher, and Diddy. These accounts claim that Diddy subjected Usher, who was 14 years old when they started going out, to a lot of drugs, alcohol, and intercourse during crazy parties. Rumors has it that Diddy wanted to help Usher get an edge in the music business. Now, Justin Bieber was just 16 years old when he met Diddy, and some videos imply that Diddy was grooming him as well, forcing him to have freak-off encounters with several partners. Now, supposedly Diddy drugged Justin and forced him to do things he didn't want to do, according to the footage. No official sources have verified or confirmed these stunning and frightening allegations, except for the claims concerning Justin, and Usher and Diddy has remained silent on all of Cassie's charges. Neither Justin nor Usher has addressed the public allegations of abuse or their actual intimate connection with Diddy. Despite the possibility that Diddy coerced Usher and Justin into freak-off sessions, there has yet to been any concrete proof to back it up. Now, recently, Diddy's house was raided due to the multiple allegations that he has going on. Now, at number 2, we find Tyga, a rapper whose career has been as much about hit tracks as it's been about headline-making controversies. Now, starting young in the music industry, Tyga made a name for himself with catchy tunes and collaborations with some of hip-hop's biggest names. But with the spotlight came scrutiny, and not all of it for his music. Now, Tyga's personal life, especially his relationships, quickly became fodder for public debate and criticism. His involvement with high-profile figures and allegations surrounding the nature of these relationships sparked controversies about celebrity behavior and the influence they wield over fans and the public. Now, one of his relationships involved Kylie Jenner. Now, Kylie Jenner and rapper Tyga started hanging out a lot in 2014 when she was 16 years old and he was 24. Yes, that was hard to believe, but yes. Now, Tyga was caught on camera urging Kylie Jenner to do a tequila shot during her 2014 17th birthday celebration. The video doesn't appear to show the teen accepting his illegal offer, according to a news agency. Flirting during a dinner outing 2 months later caused Jenner and Tyga, who was 24 years old at the time, to once again raise eyebrows. Their romance had been going strong for at least a few months when an insider informed the news agency of that. Now, during an interview with The Breakfast Club in February 2015, Chyna's best friend Amber Rose commented on the Kyga rumors. She said of Jenner, "She's a baby. She needs to go to bed at 7 o'clock. After a few days, Kanye West shared a different opinion during his appearance on The Breakfast Club, saying, "I think Tyga got in early. I think he was smart. They're closer in age than a lot of relationships that I know." Now, according to a news agency, Jenner was still 17 years old when Tyga got her name tattooed on her inner arm 2 months later. Now, in an interview for Complex Magazine's 2015 edition, Khloe Kardashian chose to defend her underage half-siblings relationship with the rapper rather than deny that anything has occurred between them. She said, "Kylie is not a normal 17-year-old. Kylie is taking business meetings and bought her first house. It's a rare circumstance, so let's treat this as a special case." Now, Tyga included Kylie Jenner in the music videos for Stimulated and Doped Up, and he made a passing reference to Jenner in his 2017 single Feel Me, which features Kanye West. They broke up in April of that year, though. Jenner confirmed in Life of Kylie that the breakup was neutral. "We got reports that she also admitted that her age was a factor. I decided that I'm really young," she said. "I don't want to look back in 5 years from now and feel that he took something from me when he's really not that type of person." The 7-year age difference was a problem, acknowledged by Tyga, but he thinks Jenner was most troubled by the criticism of his relationship with her. He said, "I'm older, so I can deal with perception, but for her, growing up how she grew up, image and perception was everything." Tyga also admitted that he wasn't totally happy about his ex-girlfriend using her own image to market herself on social media, even though he was fine with utilizing Kylie's name and image to generate buzz for his music. "I like to keep a mystique," he said. The rapper claims that he was even instrumental in Kylie's cosmetic empire development, working behind the scenes. Tyga told on Queen Radio that she should give him credit for coming up with the names of her famous lip kits. Now, his story is a reflection of the challenges that came with early success and the pitfalls of the entertainment industry, where personal lives often become a public spectacle. And coming in at number 1, Paul Walker's story resonates deeply with fans around the globe, not only for his cinematic achievements, but also for tragic shadow that his ultimately death cast over his legacy. Best known for his role in Fast and Furious franchise, Walker's charm and dedication to his craft endeared him to millions, cementing his status as a beloved figure in Hollywood. However, the brightness of his star was darkened by controversy, especially concerning aspects of his personal life that became public. Reports and discussions about his relationships, particularly focusing on the ages of those he was involved with, sparked debates and cast a complex light on the actor's off-screen life. Walker was famous for something else back then. It came to light that he was seeing a female who was just 17 years his junior. Another interesting fact about this woman was that she was his friend's daughter. Now, Jasmine Pilchard Gosnell was Walker's girlfriend when he tragically passed away. At the age of 43, the actor died while Jasmine was just 23. But that's not the disturbing thing. Troubling truth is that Jasmine was only 16 years old when Walker and Jasmine started dating. He was 33 years old at the time. To make that worse, California has a consent age of 16. Since they were romantically involved, it's safe to say that they definitely smashed. Now regardless, Jasmine was not named in Paul Walker's will, rather his daughter was. Now, witness John Torp described Jasmine's response to the tragic event in which Walker died in an interview with The Hollywood Life in 2013. He said, "I got a phone call from him and he said it didn't look good. That from the looks, Paul and Roger didn't make it. Paul's girlfriend was standing next to me when I got the phone call. When I told her what happened, she fell. She collapsed." Harassment by the media was nothing new for Jasmine Pilchard back then. She went into hiding and avoided the spotlight for all the correct reasons. The witness went on to say that Jasmine was the one who told Walker's 15-year-old daughter, Meadow, the tragic news. Teenage girls were Walker's tender spot. At the age of 28, Paul dated Aubriana Atwell before he dated Jasmine. They had known each other for a dozen years when Paul passed away. Had dated on and off for several years, and had been in each other's lives ever since, as she revealed in an interview with the Las Vegas Sun in 2013 when she was 28 years old. It was Retrace Our Steps we find that Aubriana's first meeting with Paul was likewise at the age of 16. It is interesting to note why these connections received so little attention, even though there is proof that Paul actually smashed all of those ladies when they were in fact underage teenagers. The discussions about his life, both the admirable and the contentious, reflect the dual nature of celebrity, where personal flaws and public achievements often exist side by side. Paul Walker's story underscores the paradox of fame, a life lived in the limelight where every action is scrutinized and every mistake magnified. But instead of mistakes, it sounds like it was definitely an habitual offense. Now, as we finish a look at our famous people's lives marked by scandal, Walker's story reminds us of how life can be delicate and how a person's legacy can last. It encourages us to see deeper than just the outside and understand the complicated mix of experiences that make up a person's life. Now, as we close the curtain in our exploration of celebrities and the shadows that follow their starlight, we're reminded of the dark and disgusting stories behind the faces we see on the big screen. These stories challenge us to think deeper about fame, controversy, and the human condition. If this journey has sparked your interest or stirred your thoughts, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives that captivate us. Now, if you think this video is crazy, click on the video that's on your screen right now and find out about the most cursed film, The Last Dragon, and all the crazy things that happened to the cast.